Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'in, amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidna ilma. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to CLD Institute's YouTube channel. Today in the Seerah course, we will be learning about the social life of the Arabian society. And let us move forward. The pre-Islamic Arabian society was wholly patriarchal, which means that the father, the recognition was from the father. They bore the father's surname, and also the older members of the clan held supremacy. That is it was like already mentioned earlier. The clan and the tribe had a very big role to play, and so the older members of the clan had more powers than the younger members. And pre-Islamic society was very of the Arabian society was very what how I would like to say that in the mention it is mentioned in the book that it was a mixture of it was a mix of it was a really a mixture where the women had a very noble very high position, very noble position. They held a noble position, and also there was prostitution also in the on the other hand there was prostitution prevailing. So women enjoyed a position of free will, and her decision was almost enforced. That is, her decision was the final decision, not the final. Like they tried to implement her point of view, and also she was in her defense. Blood was shed very easily because to protect her honor and protect her izzah. So. Uh, so that was on one side, and Abu Dawud, on the authority of Aisha Raziallahu anhu, reported that there were four kinds of marriages in pre-Islamic Arabia. The first one was the normal one, which we have in present day society, which is the father is the guardian, and he takes he gives the hand of the woman to the husband, hand of the bride to the husband, to the bridegroom, and to the bridegroom on taking a dowry from him, and marriage was conducted. That was one. The second one was that a man after marriage, after the menstruation period, is not there, he would send him to cohabit. He would send her to the cohabit with another man to get herself conceived. And so after getting conceived, if she returns, it is his wish to whether to continue the sexual relations or not. That was the second type. The third type was that less than 10 men, sorry, who would have intercourse with the woman, and then they would and if she bore the child, she would come, and she would call all the men, and they would oblige, and to her house together, and she'd point out to any one man, look at, and she would say, look at me, what you have done. You know what you have done. I have given birth to a child. This is your child. Pointing to one of them, and he would have to accept that it is it was his son or daughter. So, and the fourth one was that she would have lots of men to have sexual intercourse with her, and she would not prevent anybody. She would keep a flag in the gate to invite anyone if she liked, anyone who liked. And if she got pregnant, she would there would be a seeress. Seeress means a lady fortune teller, or who could tell all the secrets of the future secrets. So a seeress would be called, and when she points out to the man, to a man, he would have to oblige, and he would have to uh, accept the child. So it was a uh, uh, very ignorant period, and this was the current scenario of women. And women used to accompany them in wars, and the winner would freely have sexual intercourse with such women. Okay, that was there was no limit to the number of wives a person could have. He could marry two sisters of the same wives, or wives of the father if she got divorced or widowed. So such was the situation, and obscenity and adultery prevailed. And then and then mm, and then another aspect of the Arab life was that there was their emotional attachment with this clan. Family or tribal pride was one of the strongest passions with them. They would do anything. The motto was like to support your brother, whether he's an oppressed or the oppressor. So that was their motto. They would support their brother in any this thing, any situation. So that was one of the strong points of the Arab society. And the intertribal relationships were very fragile. That is, in between tribes, there were continuous wars which were happening because of their religious and economic differences. And uh, and then they had a time honored custom, that was the prohibited months, the sacred months of Muharram, Rajab, Dhul Qaeda, and Dhul Hijjah. These times were prohibited these were sacred months which prohibited war, and they would also abide by those laws. Okay, so this is a summary of what was the situation like in pre-Islamic society of Saudi Arabia, of Arabian society. And summing up that there was darkness and ignorance, and superstitions were very common, and women were a marketable commodity. They were regarded as an inanimate object, inanimate property. Intertribal relationships are fragile. Greed for wealth and involved in useless wars were the main objective that governed the selfish policies of the chiefs. So this is what was the social situation. And in the next lecture, we'll be talking about the ethics of the Arabs. Choose? What made Allah choose them as for the message? So it was not all gloomy about the Arabs. There were certain good aspects of the Arabs which we'll be covering in the next session. So with that, I conclude my today's lecture. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.